The College Football Experience Week 7 Bombs Down Under episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It's brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up, and when you do, sign up with that promo code TCESGPN. You get 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Start crushing college football and NFL with Rhythm. Get your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
This is Dan Hawkins. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the College Football Experience. Bombs Down Under for week 7. We've been waiting. The fans have been waiting for this one.
I know.
This prick bastard. This guy over here with this fucking Hartford Whalers hat on. YouTube.com/the College Experience. Hop on over there, hit that like and subscribe button. Gonna be talking about all the action. You know he would have gave away Vanderbilt as a bomb last week. That's why I'm mad at you. That's why I'm mad at you.
That was the ultimate bomb down under bomb. I mean, that was perfect. That was amazing.
We would have pissed all over the college football gods, the fans out there, but we, Bet Detective. Well, let me just introduce everybody out there. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I want this pilot. It's a matter of national security.
Oh boy. Yes. I mean, we didn't even get time to talk about the Sheik's defense. I mean, the elite Hollywood high school Sheik's defense. College football is just delivering on these upsets. It's like the NIL, the transfer portal has been like, it's kind of crazy what happens when everyone can pay players, huh? Kind of crazy. I am joined by my co-host. He is freshly back from going over there, helping. All right. I saw him with a bucket, taking some water out of the stream, throwing it in the forest. All right. Helping out the good people of Western North Carolina. Give it up for the host of the Bottom Line Bombs podcast, which you should be subscribed to, the Bet Detective, a.k.a. Scumbagger Man, CJ Sullivan. How are you, brother?
Good, buddy. That's right. I was just out in North Carolina and a little bit of South Carolina, boots on the ground. I brought my ladders out there to help people out. Put it down there, and then there was a whole truckload of that Prime Energy drink that Logan Paul sent there, so I helped them get that the fuck out of there. That's how I helped all the hurricane victims, and we're here. So I could not make it last week. I apologize. I know Vanderbilt would have been an amazing bomb, but things were up and down out there. Travel was not easy. But how about
what you were doing? You were giving laughs back, man. In a tragic time, laughs deliver. Don't worry, I got you, buddy. You were giving back, and that is the gift that keeps on giving.
That's true. How about your boy, though, Diego the Pissin' Bandit?
Oh, yeah.
All week long. Now the national media is getting a hold of him, and he's having his moment. Good for him.
That's what I'm saying. All the scattered ass in Nashville wants him. The goalpost is down at the bottom of the Cumberland River. And look, we tried to warn people. First off, he's 3-0 against the state of Alabama, Jacksonville State. Auburn and Alabama. They don't want that smoke, and especially when you call him an FCS quarterback at midfield before the game.
Ooh, coin toss, and he said they must not know.
Yeah,
they must not know what this fucking squad's all about.
Yeah, they don't know this guy's a former high school wrestling champ in the state of New Mexico. He'll fucking pin your ass to the ground. All right. How about these? Look, I'm just going to open things up right now. Like I want to sit there and dissect last week, but we got another live bomb with the pisser. Load up on Vanderbilt. He texted his team saying, we're going to win the SEC championship. You don't celebrate this week. We go into Lexington. I'm going to piss all over that Kroger Stadium. It won't be the first time someone's pissed on a Kroger. All right? So let's go.
Well, I'll say this. Normally, you're like, this is a letdown spot. Anytime you rip the goalposts out of the field, take it down Broadway in Nashville with a police escort, mind you, a police escort giving you a certain kind of privilege to, all right, let's bring this goalpost to the river, and they piss it. Did you see the police footage, by the way? There's the black and white, green eye of the, from the helicopter of all the kids just piling down and falling down.
What's like this? It's like the heat, the
night,
night
vision. The night vision. It's so funny. But yeah, normally that'd be like, okay, this is gonna be a letdown. And he's doing media all week, but this is the Pissin' Bandit. He's built for this shit. Johnny Football gave him a shout out in a live interview. He was like, this is my hero. The biggest flop in NFL history is my hero. I love this guy. And so you're right. Why not? Why can't they go to Kentucky? Texting everybody, this is it. Let's win this title.
Oh, the disrespect to make them 14-point dogs when Vanderbilt won the last time they played at Kentucky. They didn't even have the pisser. So now you add in who I think should be the Heisman front runner. And I don't think we should do the Heisman Trophy anymore like this. Yeah. I think it should be two hands every time he scores in the end zone, two hands over your dick. All right, and that's the new Heisman symbol right there. All right, let's go.
The one hand like on the wall to help you balance yourself when you're drunk pissing. Whoa, that's the new Heisman.
I love it. Let's go. Buddy, how juicy is that money line? Who the fuck is Kentucky to be two?
I know.
They shouldn't be 2 touchdown favorites over like 95 teams in college football. None in the SEC, in my opinion. You're getting 2 touchdowns plus what? I think it was 420, 440, something like that. Let's go. And
you want to talk about a quarterback differential in that game. It's insane.
Oh yeah, man. And look, Vandy was very close to being 5-0. They fell asleep against Georgia State, but Missouri, they were the better team. They just couldn't make a field goal. They went to Missouri and were better than them. That's what I mean. Is like that Alabama shit wasn't no flash in the pan.
Right.
There was not a lot of luck in that game. That was a beatdown from the minute it started to the minute it ended. Anyway, shout out to the chat, youtube.com/the college experience. Want to tell the folks out there that, Hurricane Helene and the current hurricane hitting Florida, I guess, they've been devastating, but Hurricane Helene specifically has been devastating to the people of Western North Carolina. That's why the Bet Detective was back there delivering his fire comedy. If you haven't caught out the Bet Detective stand up, it's fantastic. Get on out there. SGPN is teaming up with a local charity, mountainprojects.org, to help give back. And the biggest donation will get a guest spot on the SGP College Football Pick Show and a ton of SGPN gear. Yeah. I mean, can you get on over to mountainprojects.org and hit flood support to help out today? Because I don't think people realize, if you haven't actually looked at the footage, searched for it, man, I mean, people lost their houses, their cars. I heard a story of a family losing a few family members to this. It's a gigantic river. And it's just been terrible over there. Lost their jobs, obviously, because their job washed away. Not going to be able to work at the bar when the bar went downstream. All right. So please, if you can, folks, get on over there and help out. Even look, obviously, the biggest donation will be great. Come on the show; it'd be fantastic. But even if you know you're not going to be able to get up there. For as far as the biggest donation, $5-10, man. How many times they told us, Bet Detective, we meet up, I'll buy you a beer, I'll buy you a cold one. Well, here's the opportunity, right? Here's the opportunity. And how about that? When we meet up eventually, whoever the hypothetical person that has messaged me, I will buy you the beer. But right now, if you can grab $5-10, throw this into mountainprojects.org on the flood support there, and let's help out some of our fellow countrymen. What do you say? What do you say? All right, get on over there and do that. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride. All right, we are back on the week 7 college football bomb. Shout out to Ryan Hasty. Finally caught a bomb show live. Light the fuse, brother. Light the fuse.
I love it. Bring on in, Ryan.
Buddy. So I got a lot on the board, and there's a game going on in about 15 minutes. Coastal Carolina's traveling to Harrisonburg.
Okay.
Take on JMU. Any chance you're gonna take a little sprinkle on the Chanticleers? They have traditionally got their ass whooped by JMU, but that was a different coaching staff.
Right. What are you thinking? I tried fading JMU. Remember that off the letdown game after the big 70-pointer, and then they just do what JMU does. They're burying teams. I'm not getting in the way of JMU.
Yeah. I'm taking the points, but I don't know about the money line. I don't know if it's truly a bomb situation there.
No. You took the points though?
I did, and it's at 7.5. I still think you probably take the points, but
it's Coastal Carolina. But not for me. Let's move on.
What about on Friday? When look, let me tell you something. As someone who went to several basketball camps at College Park, and I've been there to Bird Stadium, and they don't give a fuck about Northwestern. No one is going to be at this game.
No.
Any chance these private school pussies come in there and pull the upset?
Who ran that basketball camp? Lefty Drizel basketball camp?
I went to Gary Williams and Lefty Drizel, buddy.
Ooh, I like Gary Williams.
Yeah, buddy. In fact, hang on. Now that you bring it up.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to the hat. He's going to the rack. The most perfectly balanced shelf back there. That shelf has got absolute mega strength. How it holds up to all the Colby D Dundees. What you get off the shelf there? Look at that. Look at that. The Coke is it. Charles Lefty Drizel Cup. That's amazing.
Now we're talking.
Unbelievable.
Now we're talking, buddy. You don't just drop Lefty Drizel and think you're going to be able to get out of the fucking conversation. All right.
Wow, that was awesome. All right, Pete, a legend, Lefty. That's incredible. Yeah. So you got that at the camp, or is that just by the concessions?
I don't remember, to tell you the truth. I was like a 5-year-old or a 7-year-old. So I mean, like, but it definitely
hold that up again. I want to screenshot that. Hold that.
Let me get over to.
I mean, that's incredible. Bink got it. Unbelievable.
That's why you sign up. All right. That's a bomb for you.
That is a bomb. I mean, that's just worth that's your money's worth right there for the show. Incredible. I'm going to airdrop that to every picture of anyone in the coffee shop below me. He's getting a Lefty Drizel airdrop to their phone.
Still hijacking that Wi-Fi, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. Well, I feel like it's an omen to not that we can't take Northwestern now. Now that we just went and did a couple minutes on Lefty Drizel,
I know. I
feel like we got to stay away from this game now. Were you interested in taking Northwestern on the money line?
I tell you what, that's a lot of points to be giving Northwestern for sure. I mean, I don't like Northwestern, but I don't trust Maryland to be laying that many points. But money line, I would sprinkle if I was taking it. I'll probably stay away from it though.
All right. Well, Cam Rising.
What would you think? I could kind of be talked into it though, but you're right. Too much Lefty Drizel talk.
That's why. I mean, originally I was like, hey, maybe we'd sprinkle that money line, but I tend to. I understand the moment here. You know what I mean? I'll take the points though. I'll tell you that. Give me the points in the Wildcats.
Definitely take the points.
Now, I don't know if you had any interest in UNLV Utah State. I don't.
No.
And Utah, I actually bet Utah. So
I like Utah here too.
And we missed you in Tempe, buddy. I mean, we had a fucking booth. Bobby Hurley was in the thing with us. I mean, sitting there, you could have talked Jersey ball with them.
Tell me about. Sorry, I was saving hurricane victims at the time. But tell me about your fun. Tell me about your fucking Jaeger bombs and date raping going on in Arizona State. What the hell happened out there? That seemed like a blast. You guys were on the sideline. What a game, first of all. And we were on them -2.5 as they beat Kansas. But what an incredible game. You guys were on the sideline. You, Sean Kramer, and
we missed
it. Heard you in a suite with some carved roast beef. Fucking living a life.
Buddy, yeah. I mean, carved roast beef. They had a fucking dessert station. Just make it what you may. They'll dial you up whatever you want. All right. I mean, you missed everything. I mean, it was fantastic. VIP treatment, get down on the field. Fucking Carlos Santana was there. I mean, we go on and on about this. All right. I gave Carlos Santana some drunken dap. All right.
Nice. Oh, man, that's amazing. And we rode him, we hit him, fourth down, and now we get to fade the shit out of him. Now you're out of town. Let's go, Utah.
Yeah, now that I'm out of town, Utah all day. Yeah, let's load up. Cam Rising's playing. All right.
No loyalty whatsoever. I do think Utah handles them on the road here.
Yeah, especially Cam Rising's playing. He's done with that little water cooler injury. And yeah, we'll see how long he makes it through this game. All right. But let me tell you about Saturday.
Okay.
All right. Are you at all interested in a game in Amherst, Massachusetts with Missouri coming in?
You're always trying to get Amherst involved. You're trying to get UMass anytime.
Just got some talent, buddy. And look, for some reason, the SEC didn't get the memo that I know when they added UMass into the conference. I thought that they were only playing road games, but for some reason, Missouri is playing at the McGurk in Amherst there. Now they are 1-1 at home, so there might be 1-5 overall.
Right.
But they're 1-1 at home. Missouri's coming off an ass whooping. Any chance they stub their toe up there in Amherst at the McGurk?
I mean, if Missouri didn't play the way they did last week, then I'd say maybe, but no, this is going to get ugly. Missouri's going to absolutely annihilate. This is what they do. They beat bad teams by a lot, and they'll run it up too.
I'll take the points though. James S. saying everybody in the office just looked at me weird when they heard date rape. I love this. He's got this on. He's got this on.
I hope I'm on full blast over the.
What do you do, James S? What type of work are you in? All right, you fucking at a car dealership there.
Yeah, what you had a pre-K or something like that? Come on, we're all adults here. We're all adults talking dogs, talking college football dogs. Date rape's gonna come up. What can you say? Yeah. We're talking college football. We're not condoning it. We're just saying, you were there live and unswear.
Bill Cosby once wrote a check for $500K to Temple athletic department.
That's it. I'm sure there's murals. There's murals you can't scrub of him. I was just back in Philly. He's like George Floyd now. He's only in certain neighborhoods, if you know what I mean. Everyone else had to fucking paint the walls off.
James is he's an engineer. So he's an accountant. He's an accountant at Carollo Engineering there.
Then they can hear a little lightening up humor with that, of course. They love it.
All right, bombs. You go into South Carolina, Shane Beamer in Tuscaloosa, or no? I actually bet Bama minus 21. Any chance you're interested in that though?
Which one? Bama? No, absolutely not. I'm looking at the early Saturday games here, though. Here's one I like, which is kind of bizarre, and that's. I mean, I get it. This is a bad team, maybe the worst team, but they're at home. There's a small dog catching 5. Kent State. I know they're terrible.
Hey, this line's going down. This was like 8 on Tuesday.
I know. Well, fucking Ball State gives up 48 points a game and they're a road favorite. I mean, what are we talking about here? I mean, Jesus Christ.
I don't mind this play. I don't mind it, but but Ball State did win 34-3 last year.
Yeah, it's true. We got a revenge angle. We got a revenge angle coming up.
I'll tell you though, I don't mind the play. I took Kent State on the pick sheet, but I got one in the MAC circled right up the road from Dick Stadium in Kent. I talked about Amherst, Massachusetts. Can I bring you to Amherst, New York, right outside of Buffalo, where the Bulls and Pete Lembo are hosting these Toledo Rockets coming in with their, they just had a huge win against the defending MAC champs. They both, last week Toledo beat Miami, Ohio, which was a rematch of the MAC championship last year. It is a letdown spot. You go on the road to Lembo Field. I'm loading up on these Buffalo Bulls plus 280 or 300. I forget exactly what I got. But nobody goes into Lembo's house and gets a dub. You on board?
I absolutely love Buffalo in this game. Why not go on the money line? But what are they getting? 10 in this game or something crazy?
9.5, 10. I think shop around.
Oh, shop around is right. Give me Buffalo here. I love it. They had their their bad game off at UConn. Nice sandwich spot. Now they're already back. I mean, this line's crazy to me.
Yeah, buddy. And shout out, we got Kirk Ferentz in the chat hanging out. We got Filet-O-Fish. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't had a Filet-O-Fish in a long time. When's the last time you tackled a Filet-O-Fish? It's been a minute since I took down
fish. Since I used to
since I've existed.
Right. Since I've honored Lent, I guess maybe when I was in grade school, I like that. Oh, it's Lent, no meat Friday. We better go to McDonald's and get 3 Filet-O-Fishes so we can sacrifice to God that way.
I remember being like a kid asking my mom what type of fish it was, and she's like, "It's just fish, honey."
Yeah, yeah. It's the McCatch of the day. All right, don't ask questions. We live in a suburb.
Oh man. Other dogs that could be barking is I'm curious what you think about this Memphis game that's being rescheduled. It was supposed to be on Friday. It's being played now on Saturday as they head to Raymond James Stadium. I don't know if that blew away. Unlike another reason not to have a dome. It just what's the name of their baseball park again? I kept drawing a blank on it. I don't know. Anyway, the baseball park that no one goes to, the roof blew off.
In Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever that friggin' dome with the catwalk and the dome.
Yeah,
I forget.
Yeah.
I forget that
It's all bullshit anyway. But I'm saying this Raymond James Stadium, it didn't blow away. All right, the roof did not blow off because there's no roof on it. The question is will there be a crowd here? Memphis laying 7 at South Florida. Obviously, I think the bigger news is Byron Brown is questionable, the quarterback of South Florida, but they got an extra couple days or an extra 24 hours here. Any chance you're riding with the Bulls?
I like the Bulls a lot, and this is because they have a solid rush defense, and that's what Memphis's bread is buttered. I think the South Florida rush defense versus the Memphis rush offense, I think the advantage goes to South Florida. So I think Memphis is going to have a tough time. So laying a touchdown on the road, I do not like that at all. I know you're right. Brown, the quarterback, being questionable is everything, but I think it's a good matchup for South Florida. So I'll definitely take 7 points and easy sprinkle the money line on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good yapper we got there. I don't even know. That's not even a yapper. That's a chocolate lab right there.
That's a nice full size medium dog. This dog will fetch your slippers right here.
Oh yeah. This is one you gotta definitely bring the dog back because you gotta pick up that shit. You know what I mean?
USF has a solid fucking front 7 there.
Yeah, and then I got a few other ones that are catching my eye here. ULM just had their biggest win in program history, not program history, but in recent history.
Yep.
JMU, they took down, they come back to Malone Stadium and a shitty Southern Miss team comes in there. But this Southern Miss team did beat them last year, 24-7.
Revenge angle.
Any chance you got a little plus 210 dog there? I kind of like Southern Miss to keep this thing close and perhaps win this game.
I can't get there with that. I like UL Monroe. I like UL Monroe. I like UL Monroe.
That's because General Booty, right? The quarterback.
Well, General Booty. Yeah, I just like that Monroe team. I think they're pretty good.
All right, so you're not taking my plate there. How about Florida Atlantic and Boca Raton?
Yes,
they're hosting North Texas. They're catching.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, I think they're plus 180, plus 200, something like that.
I'm seeing plus 180, plus 5.5 on Bet Online. Yeah, give me Florida Atlantic here, definitely.
Oh yeah, let's fly with those Owls. We did over the summer. We did 30 minutes on Owls.
Yeah, we are a pro owl program, as we know. All the owls we like, the live owls, not the temple owls, the actual. Although temple, man, Jesus Christ, how did they fuck that up last week?
That was a great ending.
Unbelievable.
You see, if you had the under, you lost on that.
Yeah. You lost. That's the amazing. Under, the 10, everything about it was just unbelievable. Only Temple. But yeah, we are pro owls. Their heads go all the way around and they will remember you for life and try to kill you.
Oh yeah. And that's why we like them here. Catching 5.5 against a foo-foo North Texas team. They're 4-1, but a phony 4-1 at that. I gotta ask you about this one because I think I've already taken it with the points. I think I'm going to sprinkle Florida. You know, Florida's only lost to Tennessee twice in like the past, I don't know, like 16 years. And as good as Tennessee was even last year, Florida beat them. Now that was at the Swamp. This is coming back to Rocky Top, but I just don't know how good Tennessee really is. I don't know.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, their offense has been shit the past couple of weeks.
I think that's the argument with this game. Listen, Florida's bad. We know Florida's bad. They're improving a little bit though. They had a nice win last week, you know. But yeah, we don't know what this Tennessee team was. I mean, they got exposed a little bit last year, you know, last week, and they haven't played anyone.
Yeah, that was the first time they played an offense that was better than 115. And guess what? Florida's offense is better than 115. So,
yeah, and it wasn't just last week. The last two games they've gone what, like 39 points combined for the last two games. You know,
yeah,
it's a rivalry game. We know that they've always struggled with Florida, like you said. You know,
let's take a shot.
Yeah, why not? I mean, this is spread a couple weeks ago. This would seem crazy, but now I kind of say this might be the last time you could catch Tennessee with a huge number like this too. Agreed.
So let's Gator, folks. Before we get to the next one, I want to tell you that the college football experience is brought to you by Underdog Pick'em. I'm sorry, Underdog Fantasy, which has Underdog Pick'em. It's got one of the biggest menus for all of sports: NFL, college football, CFL, MLB, MMA, WNBA, NASCAR, and much, much more. Their lobby is jam-packed with profit boosts. You can now use specials to boost on all flexed entries as well. So what are you doing? Sign up. And when you do, sign up with the promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. That's underdogfantasy.com. Promo code TCESGPN. All right. I mean, though I don't even, what's that?
I was just going to say, just to add on to that, I don't think Tennessee's going to overlook anybody, obviously, after losing last week for when they got conservative for no reason. But they still have huge games coming up where Florida would be more of an overlook of, you know, Georgia, Kentucky, Alabama, all those games. So,
yeah. I mean, look, there's a lot of dogs I really like on this slate. I think you got to sprinkle that. I am all over LSU beating Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Outright.
I don't even get this line. I think LSU should be LSU should be favored.
They've only lost like once in Baton Rouge to Ole Miss in like the past 25 years. And Ole Miss stormed the field on them last year in Oxford. This is a revenge game. And I'm all over LSU there. I know it's what plus 140, I think it is, something like that.
And that line's coming down, right? I know I had 3.5 earlier in the week. It's got to be down to 3 by now. I mean, it's just, it just doesn't make any sense. I love LSU here because I mean, Ole Miss. Not only was that loss was bad, but like that was another one that was just exposing them. Like that's who this this Ole Miss team is. They're very, very fraudulent.
Yeah,
as far as where they're ranking at.
So I have a lot of yappers. Like, I mean, the big ones for me are like Vanderbilt, Tennessee, and Buffalo. But I have, and I guess you can add Florida to that mix now. But and I have one more big one, but a bunch of yappers like LSU, and now I have Nevada. I think Nevada's going to beat Oregon State and Reno. Oregon State just played an overtime game. They've been kind of living on. I mean, they've been playing good considering they lost everybody. But I think Nevada and Reno is a sneaky underrated game as far as altitude and everything. And Nevada's been looking a lot better than I thought with Jeff Choate there. They lost by 4 on the like final minute to a good San Jose State team. I think Nevada's going to clip Oregon State there in Reno. It's a short little yapper, but any chance you're interested?
Yeah, absolutely. For crying out loud. I mean, who has Oregon State really played so far here? They beat Idaho State. Right.
Yeah, but even with that, they're not like they're an average FCS.
That's what I'm saying. San Diego State, Purdue, and Colorado State.
Yeah, all those teams suck. They're going to lose to Nevada.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and they did lead SMU by a bit, but they lost to who? They lose to Georgia Southern. Was that the game they lost to?
By a field goal, though, man. I mean, like Georgia Southern's respectable.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then you had the Jeff Choate, right?
Yeah, Jeff Choate, former Montana State head coach.
So yeah, I think this Nevada team is better than their record than it shows. I think. So you're there at home. He's Memphis, Montana State head coach, Texas co-defensive coordinator, right?
Oh yeah. And I just think he's done a really good job in year one. He's exceeded my expectations. I actually took Nevada on the under for the win total, which if they win will blow my under up. But I just think you got to. That was a bad bet. Nevada's way better than I thought.
Yeah, I'm just going through this Nevada schedule right now. Here they are 2-4. They could be 5-1 pretty easy.
Dude, I know, man. They were in some of those games, and then I even think you look at the remaining games, like
they led SMU by double digits in the fourth quarter. And that Georgia State game, I'm just looking at it, they had a 200-yard edge over them.
Yeah.
Crying out loud. Yeah. And the San Jose's clipped them in the last seconds last week. Yeah, they easily could be 5-1. This is a dangerous spot. And I'm looking at 5.5 now. People are betting Oregon State. Is that what's going on?
Yeah. Let's jump in on these Wolfpack. Yeah. They don't know what they're doing over there. All right? Never
mind. No, it's down to 3. I'm sorry. It was 3.5, 3. Either way, I like Nevada outright plus 150 on the money line. Let's go. Another couple yappers I have. I know the chat's talking about UCLA. Any interest in UCLA at the Rose Bowl? I was just going to bring up UCLA. Yes, there is. And they're playing Minnesota, coming off a big letdown spot. Actually, after beating USC at home, now they got to come all the way out here in LA. And UCLA has been improving and been a surprise team.
They're better than what I thought they would be.
Right? First off, they look like the worst team in the Power Four for a week early on.
Yes,
they looked horrible. But then that game at LSU, that was a lot closer than that score said. And they've been fighting, they've been battling, and then I know, of course, they had Oregon. They battled Oregon a little bit.
Penn State last week, yeah,
absolutely. They gave Penn State a game in Penn State. So now they're getting it's down to 4.5. Huge letdown spot. Cross country. This is gonna be it's a sleepy area anyway.
Yeah 10 people be at the game.
10 people be at the game. You will not be because you're on the list technically for you are banned. You got
a fake mustache bet detective.
Like Al Capone's on the Vegas list, and you are on the Rose Bowl list. So
I always wondered if that meant I couldn't go to the Rose Bowl, or is it just UCLA games?
Right.
They didn't clarify. They told me to. I was drunk asking them that, and they told me to fuck off. So
UCLA games is like a bringer show. You can, if you bring 5 friends, you can come. But if you come alone, absolutely not. But yeah, give me UCLA over Minnesota here. I'm all over this.
Yeah, and that's always the worst because you're indebted to those 5 friends. You know what I mean? It seems like you're a used car salesman. You're like,
oh, it's terrible. You got to apologize for the whole show, the whole thing. I'm sorry that guy lit a contract on. I took a shit on it on stage. I didn't know he was going to do that.
Oh man. I'll take some of this UCLA pie. All right, I'll jump in on that. Another yapper that I'm all over though. When top 15 teams come into Morgantown. Last time Penn State was top 15. Penn State did whoop their ass, but they played that shit at noon. That was early in the morning. They couldn't get their drink on, and there was a 10-hour lightning delay, and all these.
There was a huge delay, and that fucks a lot of things up for sure.
So you're telling me Iowa State, a night game in Morgantown? Get out of here! I don't think Iowa State's ever played a night game in Morgantown, and they're going to learn about the debauchery that is Morgantown. I think West Virginia's going to beat them outright. I'm just taking that plus 140 on this little yapper here in Morgantown.
I love it. Like
you in?
Like you said, nighttime at West Virginia. That is a whole different bag. Not only do they get after, they get drunk. As you said, somebody's getting pepper sprayed. Something's going. Something violence happening. I mean, things projectiles. It is a different kind of. It's not tailgating. There's nothing fun about it. It's just fucking wild and violent.
It's kind of like the way that they portrayed Deadwood in the HBO series.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're having a good time. I'm not saying that, but they're burning things. They're firing things at you, throwing shit at you, tampons, everything left and right. West Virginia, take me home. Iowa State loves losing games like this anyway. Like you said, this isn't a Penn State game. This is Iowa State. Iowa State's primed to lose this game.
Chris Brady's in the chat talking about my Buffaloes. Look, I know you're not high on my Buffs, even though they've been looking good. They're coming out of a bye week. I am on my Buffs mainly because I think Avery Johnson struggles on the road to pass the ball so far this year, and so until he proves me wrong, I think I will take the Buffs. Now I will say this: you're getting the worst of this number. This thing opened up. This was a 6-point spread on Monday and Tuesday. It's at 3.5 right now. But I still believe Colorado can at least stay within that number. But I think they could win it outright just because I think it's a bad matchup for Kansas. Okay, Kansas State has a coaching edge, sure. But Kansas State struggles to pass the ball accurately. Colorado's run defense is actually pretty damn improved. So that's what K-State's going to try to do is run the ball. And K-State's secondary has been kind of weak this year. Colorado's strength is passing the ball. So I just think it kind of fits well for the Buffs, but it doesn't seem like you're on the Buffs here.
I just think, like you said, right now you're buying Colorado pretty high and you're selling K-State pretty low. I mean, it's the worst of the number. That seems like a pretty cheap value for. I think K-State's clearly a better team. Matchup, you're right. It's not the best matchup. I think that's why situation, but it's part of that Colorado hype train. They looked as good as they could look a couple weeks ago for South Florida. They got lucky in that Baylor game, but they still pulled out the win. There's something magical about them. But I think K-State by over a touchdown in this game.
Well, we disagree. I'm on the Buffs there. Right on the money line. K-State to me very similar to UCF. They're going to run the quarterback. They have speed running backs. They're going to get all creative with their run schemes, which is what Gus Malzahn does really with UCF. And they're not accurate throwing the ball. So I will say Kleiman though is I think. I actually think he's the best of the three coaches we're talking about. I know Malzahn's won a natty, but he's a gimmick coach a little bit more than Kleiman. That would be the only edge. There's you got that extra week to prep for Colorado, and Kleiman could have an edge there.
Yeah, maybe Warren Sapp drew up something nicely in the lines of Coke he put out on the desk. But the point is, K-State, it's easy to forget they were the preseason predicted champ of this conference. I mean, they are the best team. I don't know if they're the best team in the conference right now, but they're definitely on the top flying. So they're talent wise, I just think they're better. And this is going to be and I think you're getting a nice number if you want to play K-State. But I could also be. I mean, listen, you want to talk me to Colorado? I get it. I'm just not going to be with it.
All right. Well, you're wrong, but okay. Look, this is my final. I don't know that I have any more big bombs, but I do have one here.
Okay.
App State last week got worked by Marshall. Right, gave up 52, but they didn't really have a place to practice in.
No, they had a little trouble going on there. Yeah. I tried to go and visit them when I was out in North Carolina. They said, "Bet Detective, we do not need you here. Do not cross this line. You will be shot."
You had a rubber dinghy. You had a rubber dinghy trying to get there.
Tried to helicopter my way up there. It wasn't working.
I think they're better than what they represented last week. And when I look at Louisiana, who's 4-1, they beat Southern Miss by 10 last week. I had Southern Miss plus 15. That cashed. That was a close game for a bad Southern Miss team, dude. I don't know that Louisiana is really 4-1 good. Now they are 4-1. 4-1 is 4-1, but I think App getting 10.5 at Louisiana, they're plus 300 on the money line. I think they bounce back. And I think they can at least you take the points to cover your ass. But I think the money line could be live here as long as they get a little focused. You're another week away from that fucking disaster. You're not worrying if your cousin made it out alive. Okay, now you can actually focus a little bit. And I think that's enough reason for me to load up on these Mountaineers. Am I crazy?
You are not crazy for that. I'm just looking for the getting that ass sound bite. I'm trying to find that anywhere.
Get in my ass.
That's what you told him to do.
Get in my ass.
I like those Mountaineers to bounce back there. I like that. I got two small dogs and one big one.
Hang on to those for 1 second. I want those, but I want to tell the folks at the college football experience. Bombs Down Under for week 7 is brought to you by BetUS. Bet with the best in the business, BetUS. BetUS has been around for more than 30 years. You can easily deposit using cryptocurrency and get lightning fast payouts. Sign up and deposit $100. You have a chance to win a 1960 Ford Mustang. Woo! They made a Nick Cage movie about that, didn't they? Remember that?
Yes,
like, yes,
absolutely.
Let's go. Remember that they made Angelina Jolie look like some like methed out
some methed out hot braids, those all kinds of there. Gone to 60 seconds. Robert Duvall slamming engines, and it was all shot in pastels and shit and fucking.
They tried to make her look like John Voight, right?
Yeah. I'd fuck that Voight.
So anyway, look, who doesn't want a 1960 Ford Mustang? All right. Use our link to sign up and get 125% deposit bonus on your first 3 deposits. Holy shit. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betus. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betus. Promo code SGPN. So they know we sent you. BetUS, America's favorite sports book. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. SGPN's proud partner Rhythm is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds and get predictions for betting on money lines, spreads, totals, props, all that good stuff. You can sit back, copy one of the top-performing models from the leaderboard, or you could build your own like old Dundee here. I click that, build my own model, select what I like, then they build it around that. Rhythm gives you predictions for every game and player prop, and has a slew of stats, research, trend analysis to give you even more betting insight. I can tell you, I like the Toronto Argonauts on Friday night there against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Argos fighting for their playoff lives, heading on the road. Winnipeg's been on fire lately, but they've clinched. I think they relaxed a little bit. Claim your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. You ever thought, I mean, honestly, when we think about this, I kind of thought they purposely, like, Angelina Jolie looks more attractive as a brunette, right? It's like they tried to make her ugly in a way, right? Is that Harvey Weinstein behind the scenes?
Yeah, well, you can't do it. You know what? She probably tried to do it. Those people are like so beautiful. Like, oh, I'm so sick of being beautiful. Give me a little mark and shut the fuck up. Goddamn supermodel. You know, so they put a little freckle on there. They put a little fucking dent in there. Ooh, my hands are dirty. Can you believe it? Yeah, no, we don't care. We will still fuck you if you had a bucket of oil on your head. All right. Good Lord, Angel.
If you haven't seen Gone in 60 Seconds,
then turn on TNT. It's probably on right now. Right after Shawshank.
And look, Nicolas Cage. See, I argued with this with J Mark earlier that because he said he used to be a big Nicolas Cage guy. Now he's doing everything. And I said, no, I'm on board now because he is doing everything. Before I was questioning. Now he's doing fucking John Madden.
Right.
He did that pig movie. He did that fucking, like he's truffle pig farmer. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's doing all different types of shit. He's really sold me on and obviously I used to bartend on the guy and he was a hell of a nice guy nice to other people sometimes. But
Cage?
Cage was cool, but he's a professional drinker. All right. Yeah. I've bartended on a lot like
leaving Las Vegas. I mean, he did the role. That's what he got nominated for. He's better drink.
He can knock down like 3 bottles of wine, 2 martinis, and a aperitif. All right.
Wow, man.
And be fine. And you'll have no idea. But his date, I've seen her just passed out face first on the fucking plate of food. Yeah. I've seen some shit. I can tell some stories. I can tell some stories about Nick Cage. All right.
This is the Hollywood gossip I'm here for a college football show. Put that on the Patreon, baby. Face first date on the lap. But you kept serving them. You know, you're not an idiot.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
your
Oh yeah. You
know
don't
your
say
bread
no.
is
You don't
buttered.
say no to Hollywood
Yeah.
elites. Right?
Yeah, you don't say that. Love Nick Cage. He's the.
What do you think about him
greatest.
playing John Madden? How do you feel about that?
Nick Cage can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. Let him play Madden. He'll be hilarious. You got who gives a shit? You got whatchamacallit playing the Penguin for God's sakes. They put everyone in a fat suit. Fucking Irish McFuck yourself. Yeah,
I heard they got
Cage
Brian
to be
Dennehy
John
playing
Colin
Pat
Farrell.
Summerall, huh?
No, but he did play.
Lions
didn't he?
fly. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Remember when Tom Berenger played Bear Bryant in that old ESPN movie, The Junction Boys?
I do remember that.
I
Tommy
don't
B.
care. Yeah, I don't care who your daddy was. You're running up downs.
They skipped that part. They skipped that part where Bear Bryant didn't want black people on his team. Remember that? then USC beat him so bad that he goes, "Damn it, we got to get some of the boys." Right?
Tell you what, this might not be a trend. Let's get some of those dark boys that could run the ball in less than a 5.8 40. Oh boy, what a civil rights leader you were, Bear.
Yeah, they did a great job. ESPN, the integrity in your filmmaking is fucking fantastic. Let me tell you. All right.
I tell you what, the Earnhardt movie was pretty solid. You had Barry Pepper as Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the guy from Whiplash, J.K.
Oh yeah, no, that's the running back. That's the running back. J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
He played Dale Earnhardt Senior. The great. I mean, it was actually
He's
solid.
great. Anything that the guy does is fucking fire. All right,
he's fucking great.
Anyway. So yeah, so check out the what's that called? Check out Earnhardt coming to your on demand.
That movie was called 3. This was before 30 for 30. ESPN did original movies, and some of them were really bad, but the Earnhardt one was actually kind of good.
Oh, I'm hearing horrible things about this Gronk. Or I'm sorry, this Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, but that's FX. That's what they do. They do that trash shit on purpose, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to laugh at that shit. I watched the Clipper one. That was kind of not as funny, but this Gronk one, this Hernandez one looks hilarious.
Yeah, I got to check that out for some of the clips I've seen.
Killing Versace is a good one in that one. About the Twink world. Yeah.
I saw the one though. I think where. It was like the overkill of the OJ thing. It had like
the OJ one was great because David Schwimmer played Kardashian. Kardashian. He just kept going, Juice, come on, Juice, and he just kept saying, Juice. Did you really do it, Juice? Juice. Did you stab that white girl, Juice? Like, oh my god, this is fucking hilarious.
If you haven't checked them out, go check out all that great content. You said right before I went to this great commercial break. You said you had 3 bombs that you were bullish on.
I got 2 nippers and 1 pretty big one. That'll be tough for the money line, but we'll see. Who knows? I mean, why not? This is what I say. Couple snippers here. I like. I think this. I think this USF team is just absolutely fucking overrated here, or not? UCF.
Well, dude, they had a bunch of guys quit the team. This is the new thing. It's like, hey, we're at the point we could redshirt. Let's quit the team, collect the check, and
I think Central Florida's done with, and Cincinnati is getting 3.5 out there. Cincinnati is another team who we were down on early on, but they're a little better than their record shows too, I believe.
Yeah, no, they are. You know, they are. They should have beaten Pitt. They gave up like a 20-point fourth quarter lead.
That was insane how they lost that game. That was absolutely a joke. And you have revenge on their mind from last year's 28-26. They had let's see, they had 550 yards of offense last week.
Yeah.
They came because they lost at Texas Tech 44-41. That was a tough game. I think Cincinnati's been playing pretty good. I think this UCF team is
something don't smell right down there in Orlando.
Yeah, they're cooked. It's not. It's going bad in a hurry. So give me Cincinnati plus 3.5, plus 150 on the 135. I'm saying now, but give me that one for a little yapper.
All right, all right.
You like that?
I mean, look, to me, the UCF teams, it's something's not right. So I mean, maybe Malzahn can work. I will say this: when he was at Auburn, the moment you thought Auburn was going to suck, and it looked like chaos, that's when he would win big games.
Yes.
But at UCF, I don't think the pressure's as high from the fan base. So I don't know that he's feeling it like that yet, you know? So I mean, let me think about that one.
All right, you
think about that one.
Not fully. It didn't jump out of your seat, but all right, that's fair enough.
Scott Satterfield with Cincinnati, they're always so fucking penalized. I always feel like they're unprepared, but they are better than what we thought they were going to be.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking at the chat real quick there. Nathan, so he said he had the Cal money line last weekend. He got him fucked on that one.
Those calls were horrible.
That's what I missed about our show. You definitely would have gave out Vandy last week, and I would have gave out Cal's all over Cal last week. I love them. I think Miami, you know what I think about Miami. That being completely overrated there with and I mean Cal should have won. Cal should have won that going away, let alone come down to those calls at the
like
end.
6 guys downfield on the offensive line. They're like 8 yards downfield on that game-winning touchdown.
Terrible.
Absolutely horrible non-call. Like one guy's blocking a guy like in the corner of the end zone.
Right.
It's like how the fuck do you let him get that far down the field?
Yeah, let alone the targeting call, which is hilarious. I get it. I'm all for no targeting on any of that shit.
Yeah.
But if you're going to make this rule, that is the rule.
No, 100. That's the way to say it. Like I'm anti-targeting. Right. I think you sign up for and I'm anti getting kicked out of a fucking game because of people 100%. Underestimate how fast the game is.
100%.
But if you're gonna call it, which you've been calling it left and right all fucking year for the past couple years, you have to call that targeting.
Right.
Anyway,
you can't just say now. Well, now it's not. All right, last small dog. I might as well toss it out, or do you want the big one first?
Is the big one because I'm interested in is it the Red River Shootout?
That's not the Red River Shootout.
Okay,
I think Texas fucks Oklahoma up.
Those games are always insane, though, dude.
Yeah, they're all insane. I usually just play the over and have fun in that game, you know, because it is just kind of non-chaos.
But you know they're doing a later kickoff this year at that Texas State Fair. People are going to be fucked up.
Texas State Fair might change a little bit of something.
That thing's normally at 9 in the morning Pacific, so like what 11 Eastern.
Right. Yeah,
and they're putting that thing, I think, at 3:30.
Wow,
you're gonna have some fucked up. Good luck bringing your families there when you see the Oklahoma and Texas fans vomiting next to the alligator machine or whatever. Okay, give me your other ones.
All right, here's the big one. This is the big dog. Because I'm not too positive on the money line, but the money line is 11-1 since we're doing it. We're getting 21 points here, and I understand the lazy analysis is, well, they're going to bounce back after a horrendous loss at Vanderbilt, but South Carolina going down to Tuscaloosa and Alabama.
Beamer Magic?
Yeah, a little Beamer Magic. I like the South Carolina team, and I think Alabama got exposed a little bit as well. They've been waiting. They've been playing with fire with this, kind of relying on their athleticism and relying on a teenager to fucking save their biscuits half the time. After they got to a huge jumped out lead in that Georgia game, of course, they should have let that thing go away. I can be talked into. I mean, I've definitely taken the 21 points here. It's a natural letdown spot. But here's what I will say also about this. I mean, it's the snowball. The snowball thing can happen, especially when it comes to DeBoers, who's getting his first taste of what it is to be an Alabama head football coach.
Oh yeah, he definitely had. He definitely. I guarantee you, if you if you search his mailbox, there might have been some anthrax in there. Mm-hmm. Because did you hear that fan on Firebomb?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
What's his name? Legend. This is Legend.
Yeah, Legend. Yep. Oh man, I'll just say this: South Carolina's defense is good. You know, they've given up 296 yards game overall, 1.7 below their usual average, which is 11th in the country. And they've played Alabama pretty good last couple of years. They've covered the last 3 times they've played against them. I just don't think this is going to be a huge blowout just because Alabama lost to Vandy last week.
I just don't know if I lean Bama just because I don't think South Carolina can move the ball on the road.
I mean, it's tough. They did lose Ole Miss. What was it 27-3? Was it last time?
Yeah, I actually like the South Carolina defense, but it's the offense that I wonder. And my thing is like, if they're getting blanked or only have 3 points in the third quarter, does Alabama score a touchdown late to put this thing at 28-3 or something? You know what I mean? So I lean Bama, but I have a dog. I forgot. I did. And by the way, I am taking Oklahoma in the points. I didn't sprinkle the money line yet though, but I do have one that I forgot about.
Okay.
I think Penn State's going to lose at USC.
I like this. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah. James Franklin in a big game there, going to the Coliseum. Everyone's talking about Lincoln Riley this, Lincoln Riley that. Penn State hasn't, to me, like aside from that West Virginia game where they did look good, but there was a lightning delay. They didn't look good against Bowling Green. Even the Kent State game, they blew them out. But the first half, I thought the Penn State looked like shit. And since then, even last week, I was watching and I was like, they look a little lackluster to me. I think USC is gonna take them down there at the Coliseum. And you've seen that stat about teams playing 2 time zones over, whether it's out here on the Pacific time zone or vice versa. I think there's something to it. I think USC is going to beat Penn State. And I was thinking about going to this game. I was going to see if you wanted to go, but it's played at the same time as the Red River Shootout, which is like my favorite game to watch every year. These bastards don't know they couldn't put this after or before.
God damn it. Is it middle of the day?
Later. Fucking noon 30 kick the same time as Texas, Oklahoma.
That sucks. Yeah, well then no. The answer is no. I don't want to go.
Yeah, I'll catch.
I gotta watch.
I'll catch a Sheik's game instead. Their defense is similar to Lincoln Riley's defense.
I'm just kidding. If you have second thoughts, I might be able to talk into that. Let's finish up with the last game, the game of the year, the game of the weekend at least. That any chance you like those Ducks at home? I mean, that's a lot of points. 3.5 to be giving Oregon at home. Okay,
I have a future for Oregon to win the national championship. And I feel like I should flush it down the toilet because even though they're undefeated, they just haven't looked good to me, dude.
Yeah, and I have not.
And that's why I think, and when you add in the fact that Oregon, this game was scheduled before they joined the Big Ten, so this was not one they just kept it on the schedule, right? This was this is a home and home. Oregon went to the Horseshoe and won.
Yeah.
So I think Ryan Day has got this thing circled. I think he's had it circled for a couple years. He wants revenge on these Ducks. You add in Chip Kelly, who's familiar with the lay of the land. I'm on Ohio State -3, actually.
I don't mind Ohio State a -3, one because they are a super team. They really are. And I do think they're a step above. Or I know Oregon was supposed to be one of the elites. They're not. They're not one of the levels of Ohio State or even Georgia and those guys with talent. I mean, this is a $30 million roster.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a huge, This team is fucking incredible. The only thing going against them is one, they're going across country. Oregon's an incredible home field advantage. Ryan Day in big games, not so much.
That's true. That is true.
He is not good in big games and in big spots. And this is a tough environment. But like you said, Oregon hasn't been Oregon. They're not the Oregon we were promised. That's for sure. They. So I don't know. It's almost a cheap price, but I could definitely see Ryan Day and these guys not showing up either. But not showing up. I mean, doing one of those performances.
Can I throw another one out there? I know we got to go soon in a second, but
that being said, Ohio State could also roll in this game too. I could.
Yeah, I think I lean that way just because I think Dylan Gabriel hasn't been super accurate. Like with the ball, like he's actually been accurate when you look at the stat sheet. When you watch the games, I don't think he's been super accurate. Curious what you thought about this one though. The last time Stanford played at Notre Dame, they were like 25-point dogs and they won outright. They're 22.5, 23-point dogs right now. Any chance you're taking a flyer on the Stanford Cardinals there at the Golden Dome?
Notre Dame loses to MAC teams only, it seems like. But Stanford, listen, I love the Stanford Notre Dame rivalry. I've been to that Stanford Notre Dame game when Andrew Luck was quarterbacking. I know Stanford players. We would go a couple of years, and yeah, it's a great rivalry. It is it's a very polite, scholarly rivalry, if you will, coded language for white, very white rivalry. I like the Stanford team. That's a lot of points.
Well, I don't get brain, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
it's a lot of points, but no, I'm not taking them.
All right. Well, let's think about a round robin to close this thing out. All right. Let's really dissect this thing here. I think the one that I feel best about is Vanderbilt. I just don't understand why they're catching that many points. Like, I know it's a letdown spot. I mean, do you like, because to me, I threw out the ones I feel really good about. I think West Virginia is going to beat Iowa State, right?
Okay. Yep.
I think Vanderbilt is live. I think Appalachian State is live. I think LSU is going to beat Ole Miss. So we can,
Yep.
do we agree that LSU, West Virginia should be in that mix?
LSU, West Virginia.
We need we need a value play though. Buffalo.
I like South Florida and I like Buffalo.
All right. That's the round robin. LSU, West Virginia, South Florida, Buffalo. Folks, we are the Bombs Down Under on the college football experience. Make sure you check us out. Jeff's in there talking about, I guess we should talk about this one. Boise's on the island. Strange things happen late night on the island. Boise's laying 20 and a half plus 800 for Timmy Chang and company. It was his birthday yesterday.
If ever there's a letdown spot for Boise, I would definitely take the points with Hawaii.
Yeah. Love the fact we have a late night Hawaii game though. Gene T's so fucking good, dude. I don't know. It's a tough fade. It's a tough fade there. I think you may just take the points, but I don't know about the money line with Gene T. Anyway, folks, that's our show. Make sure you give the Bet Detective a follow on Twitter at CJ Sullivan _. Check out the Bottom Line Bobs. I'm curious, Bet Detective. I know the Bombs, you guys do a lot of NFL, college football talk. Did you tackling any of that NHL, MLB playoffs, any of that?
No, I got the whale tail hat on right here. Of course, the opener. We're on those Vegas Golden Knights, and we're loving that Utah hockey team, the new expansion team. It's not quite an expansion team because the
Whites came out, buddy. The Whites came out.
Oh man, if there ever should be a hockey team at the whitest place in the country, it is Utah. I mean, you could tell they're cheering for a different kind of pride out there in Utah hockey. So yeah, of course we hit that. Shout out to everyone in the chat room, including Justice Perfect, who's been calling up to see if I remember. Of course, I remember him, and I do remember betting against Alabama basketball. Yes, it did not work out well for me. I get it. Thank you for rubbing that in. Go Grand Canyon.
There we go, folks. Folks, I'm on Twitter at DColBD. Check out the college football experience, the college basketball experience. We did the fucking Big East preview, the Big 12 preview last night. All the previews are out. Go list them. We got the Big 10 coming this Friday. Till next time, folks, this is the college football experience. Bombs Down Under. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Run and shoot. We can really run and shoot.